Hey, welcome back. It's Coach O'Connor. And today I'm talking to you more about catching and how you can score better at tryouts. So we talked about the mental aspects of being a catcher. We talked about the two positions, the primary and the secondary. We talked about how to receive a catch and receive a pitch and to frame a close pitch. Now I want to talk to you about blocking. You notice that I have my shin guards on today, so there is a chance that I will hurt myself making this video. So hopefully it's entertaining for everybody if I do. So a catcher's number one job is to catch the ball. Their number two job is to block a bad pitch. A couple of things that you really need to hammer home with your players, or if you are a young player listening to this, it's really tough to go from infield tactics to catcher tactics. You have to forget about all of your infield skills and drills, because being a catcher is really separate. And I know when kids are young, we ask them, at least I do, ask them to learn all the positions. So when you're an infielder, you feel the ground ball like this in front of you, and you scoop it up, you chase it around with your glove, and you try to get it in your glove with two hands. Well, blocking the ball is a whole lot different. You got to forget everything. So it really takes a lot of repetition if catching is something that you're serious about, or if you're going to try it at tryouts and you want to score high, then you really have to practice what I'm about to show you over and over again. So blocking the ball. It's important that you understand you're not trying to catch this ball. You're trying to block it, which means you're trying to make it bounce off your body and keep it in front of you, so then you can grab it up and hopefully keep the runners where they are, or maybe even throw one of them out. But if you try to catch the ball, if you chase around a bad pitch in the dirt, it's going to be really tough to do, and you're probably not going to do it, and the ball's going to get past you, and then the runners are for sure going to be running, and nobody wants that, unless you're one of the runners. So, blocking the ball. So what does the blocking position look like? So I'll show you that, and then I'll show you how to get into that position. So, blocking position, my knees are down, my feet are closed behind me, like so, there they are. My glove is smashed in the dirt right between my knees, so there's no gap. No gap in between my knees and the glove. My throwing hand is behind my glove. This is something that's really tough to teach a lot of new players, because they're used to this is what we tell them to do. So the throwing hand goes behind the glove, glove in the dirt, knees are down, my chest is up tall but leaning forward, and my chin is down. So this is what it looks like from the side, chest up tall but leaning forward. The reason we want to lean forward is so if the ball hits us in the chest protector, it will hopefully go straight down in the dirt right in front of us where we can easily pick it up. And you keep your chin down so the ball does not bounce underneath your mask and hit you in the throat. So how do we get to that position? Two easy steps. Number one, go from your squat. Step number one is to slam your glove down in the dirt and get your throwing hand behind it. We do this first because it's faster than moving the knees to get them into position. So if nothing else, maybe the ball will hit you in the glove if you were a little late getting down here. So you slam the glove down in the dirt, throwing hand goes behind it. Step two happens a millisecond later, and that is my knees replace my feet. So glove goes down, and then my knees go back to where my feet were. And now I'm up tall, forward, chin down, blocking the ball. The reason I like to teach the knees replacing the feet as opposed to the knees falling forward method, number one, that way is a little slower, and number two, it moves you forward a couple 4 inches, and it might cause you to misjudge the bounce of the ball in the dirt, or the ball might just go between your legs. So I like to teach the knees replace the feet because it's a little faster. So one more time, the glove goes down in the dirt, throwing hand behind it. Step two, a millisecond later, the knees replace the feet. And you're up tall, leaning forward. Hopefully the ball hits you somewhere and lands in front. Now, if the ball is to the side to side on each corner of the plate, anything outside of this, you're probably not going to be able to block, and you'll probably be diving for and trying to grab with your glove. So all you're going to change is, it's the same thing. Glove goes down in the dirt first, throwing hand behind it. And now if I'm going toward my glove, I push a little bit with this leg, and then my knees replace my feet as I scoop over here. Now the only other difference is you see that I angled in toward home plate. That way, if the ball's skipping this way, hopefully it'll hit me and go straight down. If I'm this way and straight and it's skipping sideways, it might bounce off my arm and go that way. So the same thing over to the throwing side. Glove goes down in the dirt, and then the knees replace the feet, and you're turned in toward home plate. Still up tall, leaning forward, chin down. So that is the down and dirty two-step process of blocking a ball. And the reason for these 3 balls being down here is just a visual that you can use for your players, or players can use for themselves, just to remind them, especially on the outside and inside ones, to angle in to the center of home plate. So if you practice this and get good at this and you can block bad pitches at tryouts, I can guarantee you will impress the coaches and score higher. So I have one more catching video coming up, and then going to get into some pitching. And like I said, if you want to see other stuff, drop something in the comments and I will happily do it for you. So subscribe, stay tuned for more.